It is the early 1700s. The world is changing fast, and not for the better. European settlers have spread across North America like a flood. They have taken over the land, stolen its resources, killed the native people, and cut down the forests to build their cities. The land that once belonged to the indigenous tribes for thousands of years is slowly disappearing, and the people who call it home are fighting every single day just to survive. But this story is not just about survival. It is about one girl who refuses to be underestimated. Her name is Naru. Naru is a young Comanche girl, and from the very first moment we meet her, we know she is different. She doesn't sit at home and wait. She trains. She practices with her axe every morning in the forest, sharpening her skills, working on her aim, studying the land around her. She is observant, intelligent, and deeply connected to nature. By her side at all times is her dog, Sari, loyal, brave, and completely devoted to her. One morning, while Naru is out practicing with her axe, she spots a deer through the trees. Her eyes light up. This is her chance. She decides to hunt it. She moves carefully, quietly, but then a loud crack of thunder splits the air, and the deer bolts away into the woods. Naru doesn't give up. She and Sari chase after the deer with everything they have, running through the trees, jumping over rocks, pushing themselves to the limit. But the deer is too fast. They lose it, and then something worse happens. Sari's tail gets caught in a bear trap hidden in the grass. He yelps in pain, struggling and frightened. Naru drops everything and rushes to him. She works quickly and carefully to free him from the trap, and once he is out, she applies natural herbs and remedies to soothe his wound. She takes care of him the way she takes care of everything, with patience and love. As they prepare to head home, something catches Naru's attention. A strange sound coming from the sky. A deep rumbling hum that doesn't sound like thunder, doesn't sound like anything she has heard before. She follows the sound to a nearby cliff and looks up. There, cutting through the clouds, is a massive alien ship. It moves silently and powerfully through the sky, leaving a trail of strange light behind it. Naru stares at it wide-eyed. She doesn't have the words to describe what she's seeing, so she calls it what makes sense to her. A thunderbird, a sign from the sky. She doesn't know it yet, but that ship has just dropped something into her world. Something terrifying. When Naru finds her brother Tabe, she tells him everything. Tabe is everything a Comanche warrior is supposed to be. Strong, skilled, fearless, and respected. He is considered the best hunter in the entire tribe, the one who leads every big hunt, the one the elders trust. He is also deeply protective of his younger sister, but when Naru tells him about the Thunderbird and tells him she wants to join the upcoming hunt, Tabe shakes his head. He says it's too dangerous. He doesn't believe she's ready, and this is the heart of the problem Naru faces, not just from her brother, but from everyone around her. Later, when Naru returns home to help her mother prepare medicine, her mother asks her why she keeps trying to hunt. Naru's answer is simple and honest. She says she is just as capable as the men, maybe more so because she uses her mind more than her muscle. She thinks before she acts. She observes before she strikes, but even her mother doesn't believe in her. Even the woman who loves her most cannot see past the traditions that say women do not hunt. This is the world Naru lives in. A world where her skills are invisible because of her gender. Tabe comes home later that evening with a bird he hunted. Everyone is pleased. Naru looks at the bird and says nothing, but you can see it in her eyes. She wants more than this. She wants to prove herself. She wants to earn her place. Now, while all of this is happening among the Comanche people, something else has arrived in the forest. The creature that stepped off that alien ship is unlike anything this world has ever seen. It stands tall, moves with terrifying grace, and carries weapons that seem to belong to a completely different universe. It has laser targeting systems, thermal vision that lets it see heat signatures through walls and trees, and the ability to turn completely invisible. It is a hunter, the most advanced hunter in the galaxy, and it has come to Earth for one reason: to find the most dangerous prey it can and prove itself, to show us just how powerful it is. The creature walks calmly into the forest and kills a massive snake without breaking a sweat. This thing that would take an entire hunting party of men to deal with, gone in seconds. The stage is set. Back with the tribe, word comes that a lion has attacked one of their men. His name is Puhi, and he has been taken. The warriors prepare to go into the forest to find him. Naru hears this and immediately wants to join. As expected, the men refuse, but Tabe speaks up for her, not as a hunter, but as a healer. He tells them she can treat Puhi's wounds. Reluctantly, they agree to let her come. The search party moves through the forest, and it is Naru's sharp eyes and knowledge of the land that guide them. She reads the signs: broken branches, disturbed earth, the direction of the wind, and leads the group straight to Puhi. When they find him, he is in terrible shape. Naru kneels beside him immediately and gets to work. using her knowledge of plants and natural medicine to stabilize him and stop the bleeding. She saves his life, but when the group prepares to head back, Taabe refuses to leave without hunting the lion. He sends the others back with Puhi and tells Naru to go with them. She hesitates. Something doesn't feel right to her. Lions kill their prey quickly. They don't leave them alive and suffering. Something else must have been involved. She tries to tell Taabe this, but he doesn't listen. He sends her away. On the walk back, Naru finds something that stops her cold. A snake, dead on the ground, but not just dead, gutted, completely drained. And next to it, a massive footprint pressed deep into the mud. Naru crouches down and studies it carefully. She has lived in this forest her entire life. She knows every animal that walks through it. This print belongs to nothing she has ever seen. The other men look at it and say, it must be a bear. Naru isn't so sure. She knows what bear tracks look like. This isn't one of them. Her instincts are screaming at her that Taabe is in danger, and she cannot ignore that. She turns around and goes back for him. One of the tribal members, Paka, comes with her. When they find Taabe, Naru tells him about the footprint and the gutted snake. Taabe listens, but still thinks it's a bear. Not wanting to argue, Naru shifts focus. They still have a lion to deal with. She comes up with a plan. She suggests using bait to lure the lion in, while she and Paka take positions up in a tree for a better angle of attack. Taabe agrees. He places the bait and hides in the bushes below, while Naru and Paaka climb up into the branches above. The plan works, almost. The lion comes, but instead of going for the bait, it looks up. It sees them in the tree and lunges straight toward them. Before anyone can react, it attacks Paka. He doesn't survive. Then it turns toward Naru. She grips her spear, ready to fight, heart hammering, and then she sees it. A shimmer in the air nearby, a distortion, like heat rising off hot pavement, but in the shape of something very, very large. The predator. That split second of distraction is all the lion needs. It swipes at Naru and knocks her clean out of the tree. She crashes to the ground and loses consciousness. When Naru wakes up, she is back in the village. Taabe found her and brought her home. He fought the lion himself and killed it. When he walks into camp carrying the lion's head, the whole tribe erupts in celebration. The elders gather and officially name Taabe the new war chief, the highest honor in their community. Naru watches all of this from the side. She is happy for her brother, but she is also frustrated and more determined than ever, because she knows what she saw out there, and she knows that whatever is in that forest is far more dangerous than any lion. She tries to tell Taabe again. He tells her to rest. She is not prepared, he says. She needs to wait. Naru is done waiting. The next morning, before the sun is fully up, Naru slips out of the village with Sari at her heels. She heads into the forest alone. She has been working on something, a new weapon. She takes her axe and attaches a long rope made from tree bark to the handle, turning it into a kind of boomerang she can throw and retrieve. She practices with it until she can hit a moving target. Then she hunts a rabbit, cooks it over a small fire, and shares it with Sari. She is not just exploring, she is training. She is preparing herself for whatever is out there. Meanwhile, the predator is doing what it does best. It watches, it waits, it studies. It observes a wolf stalking a small animal, and the moment the wolf catches its prey, the predator drops in and kills the wolf instantly. It is testing the food chain, finding its place at the top. Naru continues deeper into the forest, following the trail of clues. And then she finds something that makes her stomach drop. A clearing full of buffalo, dead, all of them. Their skins ripped off, their bodies left behind like garbage. In Comanche culture, the buffalo is sacred. It represents honor and generosity. Whoever, or whatever, did this had no respect for life at all. Near the bodies, she finds a small object she doesn't recognize. A cigar, left behind by someone who passed through. She picks it up and examines it but has no idea what it is. She keeps moving. Then the forest floor gives way beneath her. She drops into a patch of quicksand, sinking fast, the mud pulling her down. She fights to stay calm even as the thick, cold earth rises around her chest, then her neck. She reaches for her axe boomerang, throws it at a tree root above her, and uses the rope to drag herself up and out. Gasping, covered in mud, she pulls herself onto solid ground. Naru walks to the nearest river to wash off. While she cleans herself, the predator moves nearby, discovering the same cigar she found earlier. Its path and hers are getting closer and closer together. Then Naru encounters a bear. It is massive, one of the biggest animals in the forest. Anyone sensible would turn and run, but Naru sees an opportunity. If she can kill this bear and bring its head back to the village, everyone will have to take her seriously. She draws her bow, takes aim, and the bow snaps. It breaks right in her hands. The bear hears the noise and turns around. Now Naru is the prey. She runs. The bear is faster than it looks, crashing through the trees behind her, gaining ground. Naru dives under a beaver dam, pressing herself into the narrow, dark space, holding completely still, but the bear can smell her. It starts tearing apart the dam to get to her, and then something explodes out of the trees. The predator. It slams into the bear with tremendous force. The two massive creatures collide in a violent clash, but it is over almost instantly. The bear, powerful as it is no match. The predator kills it in seconds and stands over the body, calm and victorious. Naru doesn't wait to see what happens next. She dives into the river and swims away as fast as she can. The predator watches her go. It scans her, and then it turns away. She is not a threat. She is not worth hunting. Naru reaches the riverbank exhausted and shaking and finds a group of men from her tribe waiting there. Taabe had sent them to look for her after she disappeared. She tells them everything: the gutted buffalo, the bear, the creature that killed it. She is breathless, urgent, desperate for them to understand. They don't believe her. They tell her to come back to camp. When she refuses, they grab her and tie her up. They are not angry at her. They are scared for her, but they are also completely dismissing everything she is saying. And then the predator makes itself known. A sound comes from the bushes. One of the men fires an arrow toward it. He goes to investigate and finds nothing. Just a rabbit. The men laugh. They make jokes at Naru's expense. And then 3 red laser dots appear on the laughing man's chest. 3 metal arrows follow. He is dead before he hits the ground. Chaos erupts. The men fire their arrows blindly in every direction, screaming, running. One of their shots actually strikes the predator, exposing it, breaking its invisibility for just a moment. The men can see it now. They attack together. But it doesn't matter. The predator moves through them like a force of nature, killing one after another with terrifying efficiency. It is not a fight. It is a slaughter. In the confusion, Naru manages to free herself from her ropes. She runs, but she doesn't get far. Her foot snaps into a bear trap hidden in the leaves. She cries out and falls, trapped and helpless. The predator approaches her slowly. She braces herself, but it stops. It looks at her, struggling, unarmed, caught in a trap, and it walks away. Naru lies there for a moment, breathing hard, mind racing, and then something clicks. She understands something crucial about this creature. It does not attack the defenseless. It does not hunt something that cannot fight back. It is following a code. There are rules to how it hunts. That is both terrifying and useful information. Before she can think further, something completely unexpected happens. French hunters, European trappers armed with guns, emerge from the trees. They knock her unconscious and take her. Naru wakes up inside a wooden cage. Around her are rough, dangerous-looking men speaking a language she doesn't understand. She watches them carefully, quietly gathering information. She notices one of them smoking a cigar, the same kind she found near the buffalo. This is the man who killed them. A translator approaches her and asks what she knows about the creature in the forest. The French hunters want to capture it, use its weapons, sell it. They see it as a prize. Naru says nothing, so they bring out their next bargaining chip. Taabe. Her brother is here, captured, tied up. Naru's heart breaks at the sight of him, but she forces herself to stay calm. She cannot help him if she falls apart. The hunters drag both siblings into the forest and tie them to trees. They plan to use them as bait to lure the predator in. Taabe is tense and frightened, whispering to Naru that they are going to die. Naru tells him quietly to stay calm. She has seen this creature. She knows what it does. It will not attack them. It will go after the hunters first. She is right. The predator comes silently from behind and begins picking off the French hunters one by one. They die fast, and they die screaming. While the chaos unfolds around them, Naru and Taabe work quickly to free themselves. Taabe runs to find a horse to escape. Naru has a different mission. Sari is being held in the hunter's camp, and she is not leaving without her dog. She moves through the camp fast and quiet, taking down the remaining hunters with a combination of her axe boomerang, her instincts, and the element of surprise. Her movements are sharp and precise. She is not the girl who failed to catch a deer anymore. She is a warrior. Before she can leave, the translator crawls toward her. His leg has been cut off. He is dying, and he knows it. He begs for medicine. In exchange, he offers to teach her how to use one of the French guns. Naru thinks for a moment. Then she agrees. She gives him a medicine made from a special plant, one that dramatically lowers body temperature. She learns how the gun works, how to load it, how to aim it. And just as she finishes, the predator's roar echoes through the trees. Naru ducks behind a tree and goes completely still. The translator lies flat on the ground and pretends to be dead. The predator walks through the camp slowly, scanning everything with its thermal vision. It passes right over the translator and doesn't react. His body temperature is so low from the medicine that he doesn't register as a living target. The predator cannot detect him. Naru watches this and feels something shift inside her. She has just found the creature's weakness. It hunts by heat. Lower the heat and it cannot see you. But the predator is smarter than it looks. It walks through the camp methodically, stepping on every body. Most don't react. But when it steps on the translator, he screams in pain. He cannot help it. The predator kills him instantly. Then it spots Sari. It locks on with its laser and prepares to fire. And then Tabe appears. Out of nowhere, he slams into the predator, knocking its helmet off. The laser, now untethered and spinning, fires into a tree instead of at Sari. Naru watches this and sees something else click into place. The metal arrows follow the laser. They don't track the target. They track where the laser points. If she can turn that laser around, the arrows will follow. Tabe keeps fighting, and he fights incredibly well, landing real hits, holding his ground, going toe-to-toe with the most dangerous creature in the known universe. For a moment, it seems like he might actually win. The predator seems almost surprised. Then it goes invisible. 1 second it is there, the next it is gone. Tabe spins around, searching, confused, and then the predator appears directly behind him and drives its blade through him. Tabe falls. Naru watches her brother die. She cannot stop. She cannot break down. She grabs Sari, and they run together into the darkness of the forest. She spends the night thinking, planning, going over everything she has observed, everything she has learned, the creature's patterns, its weaknesses, its rules. By morning, she has a plan. She finds one of the surviving French hunters across the river. She captures him, cuts his leg so he cannot run, and uses him as bait, positioned perfectly for what she is about to do. Then she takes the plant medicine. She drinks it. Her body temperature drops. She becomes invisible to the predator's heat vision. She hides. She waits. The predator comes, drawn by the bait. It moves toward the Frenchman, and then stops. It cannot find Naru. It knows she set the trap. It knows she is here somewhere, but it cannot see her. Naru moves behind it and shoots it in the head with the French gun. The blast sends the predator stumbling. She sprints forward, grabs its helmet, and runs. Now she sets the final trap. She positions the helmet carefully, angled so that the laser inside it points back toward where the predator will be standing. She calculates the angle. She thinks about where it will come from. She positions everything perfectly. Then she waits. The predator arrives. Naru leaps onto its back and they struggle violently, crashing through the mud, rolling, fighting. She manages to use its own blade against it, cutting off its hand. It shrieks in fury. Then Sari charges in, biting and pulling, giving Naru just enough time to loop the rope around the predator and drag it toward the swamp. The predator is furious, roaring, struggling, but Naru has it exactly where she wants it. It raises its arm. It fires the metal arrows, aimed directly at Naru, but the laser on the helmet is pointed at itself. The arrows follow the laser. They slam into the predator's own head. It collapses. It twitches, and then it is still. Naru stands over it in the mud, breathing hard, Sari by her side. The most dangerous hunter in the universe. Brought down by a young Comanche woman with a boomerang axe, a stolen gun, a borrowed medicine, and a mind that never stopped working. She reaches down and picks up the predator's head. When Naru walks back into the village, silence falls. Everyone stares. She is covered in mud and blood, and she is carrying something none of them have ever seen, the head of a creature from another world. The elders step forward. The warriors step forward. Everyone gathers around. There is nothing left to say. No more doubts. No more, "You are not ready." No more, "It is too dangerous for you." The elders declare Naru the new war chief. The girl who was told she couldn't hunt, the girl who was tied up by her own people, the girl who watched her brother die and kept moving anyway. She stands before her tribe, head held high, not because she is stronger than everyone else, but because she is smarter, because she observed when others dismissed, because she planned when others panicked, because she never, not even for a single moment, gave up on herself. The Comanche people have a new leader, and the forest, for the first time in a long time, belongs to them again.